Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master of Propaganda. Off here to a 1v1 on road to Tunis in the southeast stands Mordo, fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 21st Panzer Division. In the northwest we find ourselves here faced with the Oziligath, fighting for America, freedom and democracy. Here with the 82nd Airborne, looking to secure the vital roads here against the German army, even as Mordo is fighting here to keep them open. So we're off to a Kettenkart Grenadier breakthrough start here from Mordo versus Airborne from Oziligath. And Airborne just in general has been seeing a significant resurgence after the buffs. I also think just as people again been looking to branch out into other builds. Once I think, Wehrmacht players start to, get the hang of how to counter to some degree, at least the armor builds, there's been, again, more divergent builds appearing in response to that. So that's sort of the interesting element. We got, more of a healthy metagame compared to currently still, at least in my perspective. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued and generous support. Kettenkart rushing northwards, Pioneer sees in the centre. Grenadier heading south as there for the Fatherland. And we got the Engineers out here for Oziligath. Interesting choice there, so double Pathfinders, and of course let's just bolt Oziligath here. Yeah, and double Engineers of that. That is a spicy opening here from Oziligath. Spicy. Gonna need some routes in the south here from Mordo. Points being seized here as well. Kettenkart down points there. Little utility vehicle there. Pathfinder scram the fuel plant in the south. No real action here as of yet. Engineers moving forwards. Engineers moving eastwards. Pretty quiet here. North points being seized. But yeah, it's an interesting opening here. Typically you'll see either heavy Pathfinders, there's a mix of Pathfinders rifle, but a mix of Pathfinders and Engineers is certainly, if nothing else, quite unique. South here, first shots fired, Pathfinders finding the Grenadiers instead of the path. Grenadiers quickly backing off here, probably concerned about rifle appearing here or having other ideas. Whatever the case, Mordo pulls back here.
Enemy in control of all victory points.
All victory points seized with the Wehrmacht. The 21st Panzer Division, 5th Panzer Grenadier Company, has swiftly seized vital terrain. Cartridges and they're holding forwards. Actually skipped that. It's 2nd Panzer Grenadier Company. And he's moving forwards, catching the ESC, seizing the centre of the Grenadiers. Now the Grenadiers got here for Mordo. I mean, he's gone for breakthrough. He's definitely going to go for a fair amount of Grenadiers. And we got here a mortar from Oziligath. I mean, his build continues to certainly go its own way. That's impressive, and there you go. MP40's on the way there for Mordo's Grenadiers. Just skirmishing here. Also, by the sound of it, we get some word out there from the Relic Q&A recently that the pathing will get an entire revamp, so that's promising news. They've also shown off some hints of the new maps they're putting up there. Hopefully 1544 for those interested in that. Anyways, Engineers here as the Grenadiers. Losing out to the might of the German army. That's it, the Grenadiers low on health for solo members, right about to drop dead. So I think for Mordo here, it might actually kind of make sense just to withdraw them and to get them healed up somehow. Up north here, Grenadiers, Engineers, Pathfinders clashing out here. We've got flamethrowers for Oziligath and a fast captain. No riflemen so far here from Oziligath at all here versus Mordo. Mordo switching here to south, that was there with the Kettenkart. Grenadiers, Pioneers rushing northwards for the Fatherland. Steady advance there by start German troops here with the 21st Panzer Division. Mordo firing away here, bombarding the south. Grenadiers need to retreat. Making the Pathfinders there, low health. Shooting them moving forwards, and we got paratroops here for Oziligath, so looks like it's going to be relying on the paratroops of the mainline infantry. Thumbs up. Up north here, Grenadiers, Pathfinders in another engagement there. Just a lot of hectic action here back and forth between these two sides. Both players by the way very high ranked. Mordo in particular, I believe, is roughly top 20, if not around there, with the Wehrmacht. Grenadiers ripping through the Pathfinder paratroops here. Quick grenade here, the Mark II pineapple grenade. Grenadiers closing in there. Machine Gewehr though caught in a bad spot here by the American mortar. So Oziligath definitely looking to leverage that one as well as you can versus those goddamn Krats. Grenadier versus the captain. Need to retreat them and withdraw before they get, I think, wiped out. Casualties piling up, health is running low, and so are the numbers. Kettenkart down south here, bit forgotten. now at least. Still map control, it's actually like pretty close here, but overall Oziligath's strategy has worked out so well fairly decently, partly because he just had a lot of numbers, utilizing the larger swaths of cheaper troops to just, you know, push for map control and just avoid like any senseless engagements with Mordo. Panzergrenadier there to support the 21st Panzer Division, sehr gut. Pioneers going northwards, southwards and northwards, bit all over the place really. And we got a second paratroop squad here. We also got the smoke bombing run, the supply drop. No upgrade ship for any of the paratroops there under Oziligath's command. Captain's the Grenadier. MD42 team there spearheading a southern prong, but there you go. Oziligath continues to be very much on point with his mortars there, using the conjunction with the Pathfinders, of course, for spotting hat there. Thumbs up to Oziligath. Let's return to Mordo. Going for breakthrough here. Good ability. Could also indicate he might be planning to go for either mechanized assault group or incendiary bombing around the near future. Some players like to go for it. Others prefer, you know, beelining for the Tiger tank as soon as possible. Looking for, but honestly, a good mechanized assault group I find is also really good. North here, Kettenkrat there being pursued by angry Americans, wanting to put an end to that. South Grenadiers, I think, being well. We do also get a grenade here, hoping to bait him into retreating into it. But Mordo so through Oziligath's schemes here, but kind of ended up stumbling over his own shoelaces there. And losing the Grenadiers anyways. Good kill there, though, for Oziligath versus Mordo. North Grenadiers with the paratroops here, carbines versus MP4s in the Kar-9TK. Fun fact, though, German troops actually appears to sort of like the M1 carbine, at least looking at photos here and there. I can't help but notice, like, you know, you'll notice German troops running around with the M1 carbine, so it wasn't just popular with paratroopers, you know, other, you know, fairly elite chaps, it was also popular with the Germans. So there's a little fun fact.
We have advanced battery ready to be deployed.
And straight moving ahead here, possibly rushing out Stug. Thumbs up to Mordo. Stug is always a good thing to rush out. It's in my book. Back here, paratroops reinforcing healing. Definitely a lot of reinforcement healing there for Oziligath. It's a merry band of airborne. Using the Kettenkrat here, even laying down mines. Thumbs up to Mordo. Kettenkrat is definitely one of those units that some players excel with and then others generally tend not to do well with. For me, they're fairly a mixed bag. I've gotten some advice here and I try to use it, like for example using the quick scan ability, but I still keep forgetting it and I still keep losing a lot of Kettenkrats very fast, so... But on the other hand, I have seen players like, for example, Mordo, they do incredible work with the Kettenkrats, so... It's definitely one of those cheeky ones. The Mordo, they're definitely suffering a bit here. He's going for the Stug, the Sturmgeschütz, but he's also in need of infantry. Some Panzergrenadier could be in the... Of course, he could also be scheming here for a mechanized assault group, which certainly wouldn't be a bad idea either. Mine's going off here. Oziligath's engineers, they're getting their feet blown clean off. There you go, Sturmgeschütz Aktion G.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Turning out. South here, paratroopers moving on the Kettenkrat. Mine goes off here. Got mining again by Mordo. Thumbs up. Really going aggressive with that Stug here versus Oziligath. There we go. Pinball machining a bit crude. Thumbs up. Grenadier moving forwards. So yeah, mechanized assault group, there is actually a distinct possibility for Mordo, and considering it sounds like just 2 infantry squads, I mean, calling in a mechanized assault group for some Sassum right now, actually I think would be a really solid idea. Really cool too, but I think very good. We'll actually then upgrade them with Stummels for some mobile artillery support here. There you go, Stosstromat, 2 thumbs up to Mordo. And after my heart. Sturmgeschütz rolling ahead here, crashing through the local masonry. Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen moving forwards here for Mordo. Disengaging with the Stasstruppen. He's taking minor losses here. Bit of a light clash here, prepping up mortar firing down here. Oziligath remains very much in point with that mortar. We got anti-tank guns also airdropped here. And there we go. Moving forward with the stars from the Pioneers. It was typically only the Panzer Grenadiers of the 1st Battalion in the Panzer Division that were actually equipped with armoured half-tracks. Little fun fact there. And easily being burned up. Roasted steadily. But yeah, the Starstorm cores can reinforce thanks to the half-track, so that does provide a bit of impetus here between Mordor's push here. Of course, you need to make sure that they don't just bleed out either. Now the trade calls is just to merge them here to keep things going. Pushing forwards there. South Engineers, Pioneers pushing up, Engineers counter-attacking now. Oziligath looking to plug the gaps, even as the German 21st Panzer Division's counterattack is now, well, picking up steam here. Particularly again due to the half-track providing frontline reinforcement. It's only a bit of an overlooked element there to the 251. You can even lay down Regal mines with it once it hits Veteran 2-1. Captain is spotted by the Starstorm, the G43, and of course the MG42. Sturmgeschütz falling back here. In the south, Grenadiers pushing up against the paratroopers. Oziligath pulling his men into cover there against the Crap Menace. Oh, it's Oziligath again. What a back and forth here. And we got another paratrooper squad being airdropped in, going up to a total of 3 here. I believe. Yep. So, triple paratroopers versus Starstorm MP40 Grenadiers. Well then. Don't know whether this could get spicy if this Mordo keeps calling in Starstorm. That would be very spicy. He's being pushed back here. He's sending up against the paratroopers up north of Oziligath. Pathfinders there. Managed to get past all the mines, but they do not get past the MD-42, and then they run into a mine they went past. It's a bit awkward. I thought you'd clear the mine. Well, Corporal Abe Simpson did. Who listens to Abe? Using 40 half-track there, providing continuous fast support here. Not doing a lot of damage, and there's certainly an argument they might want to slightly buff generally, I think, some of these half-tracks machine guns a bit, not just the German, but the American one as well there. Just a bit. Or they could take a note from Companies 1 and add some light suppression to these machine guns, but anyways, quick detail there. Not seeing a lot more Stukes here though for Mordo. As for Oziligath, advancing of all his paratroopers. We're going for like any upgrades here, by the way. The answer for that be except for the mission surplus? No. It does get his light machine gun package very cheaply then. Thumbs up to that. We had triple paratroopers with Browning light machine guns. I don't think I've seen that either. But it's certainly not a bad strategy either. I mean, once you get going, there's some upgrades, like the paratroopers themselves already like fairly durable. And like machine guns and some of the other upgrades from the Infantry Center, and they can be, you know, pretty tough customers. Another push forwards here by the 21st Panzer Division. Starstorm backed up by Grenadiers, spearheading an assault here on the building. Oziligath and these taking airborne here, slightly falling back in the face of such a fearsome infantry assault. 251 happening up against the Engineers here. Doing some light damage. You can see that again, it's not a lot of damage. He's doing some damage, but... yeah, anyways, machine there being smoked out with the Pathfinders in the center. The assault continues. Starstorm. Ooh, blend cover here. And a grenade assault on the paratroopers. Mortar spot here with the Starstorm. Now Veteran 2-1. Stug remaining in reserve with some Pioneers in tow. Paratroopers with the Grenadiers. Grenades being chucked here. Back and forth. Ooh. And the paratroopers there definitely end up taking a hell of a series of blows that leave them quite discombobulated. And in most cases, dead. In fact, there might be a wipe here. And there you go. A wipe on some of Oziligath's paratroopers. That is quite impressive again due to the sheer durability of these chaps. But you can only be so durable in the face of that many grenades. And what is this? He's actually called in a second Starstorm squad. And next, another mech assault group. I think this, yeah, this is very, very rare to see like a player call in more than one. So an interesting move here by Mordo, but one I definitely like. 2 thumbs up. So we're to upgrade some of these half tracks again, like say here 2 Stummels right now. That would be a significant amount of fire support for his troops as they attack here into Oziligath there. That could be a really bad news for both infantry and support weapons, honestly. After up here against the paratroops on the point. Starstorm linking up with the Stug. We'll continue to assault here and double half tracks to the paratroopers here. And he's popping a saddle charge. And Mordo is not paying attention. Oh no. God im Himmel, 2 half tracks gone like that. What a complete waste of good half tracks. What a complete and senseless waste of a good Mittelschützenpanzerwagen. I'm a bit disappointed in Mordo. I mean, great to see someone going heavy on the Starstorm, but less great to see them waste good half tracks. That leaves me a bit sad. Yes. 2 Starstorm squads, that is a significant amount of elite infantry from the Wehrmacht player here for sure, versus a significant amount of paratroopers that again, one has met an explosive demise at the hands of the Germans. Back to Mordo. South El Capitan there being met with intense firepower here. As for Oziligath, we do have a tank depot. As for Mordo, I mean, he may want to bring in more Stugs in case of tanks, because it is worth noting, Mordo has just that 1 Stug. That's it. He's rather relying heavily on the infantry to like do all the work, and so far that's working out, but say, you know, Oziligath starts churning out tanks, Mordo is going to be, you know, rather exposed. He's also lost another Grenadier squad, so he's down to just 2 Starstorm and 1 MP40 Grenadier squad.
We have lost control of a victory point.
I suppose we could just go for like another Starstorm squad with mechanized assault, but I probably wouldn't do that. Like, it would have probably helped if like he hadn't lost these 2 to Saddle Charge. That would have probably done Mordo there a lot of good. Did we remember to upgrade them? Like a pair of Stummels would have been, I think, actually really powerful here versus Oziligath, so it's a real shame we just lost them like that. But enough about the lost half tracks. We do get a point blank blast here. 2 thumbs up to Mordo and the German army. Oziligath's paratroopers definitely end up taking intense losses again. And this match is like pretty brutal here. Starstorm there, veterans who won 8 kills. Other one is Vecchi 2 actually, with 14 kills. The Americans are definitely feeling the very sharp end here of the German infantry. Rushing into the building a bit risky, I feel like, considering the structural state of that one. I think Mordo sees that as well and decides to pull back the Starstorm before they get utterly turned into nothingness. Healing up, Pioneer squad wiped out, and we've got a Sherman there for Oziligath. Thumbs up to that. As for Mordo, I mean, it's not impossible maybe just trying to go straight for a Tiger tank now.
What do you have for us?
It's certainly on the extreme end here. And I certainly would not advise going for like a Tiger tank like that with just a single Stug. Please go for 2.
More replacements. Standing by.
That's just me. In the south here, forces of the 82nd Airborne rapidly seizing the southern fields here, and the victory point held up. Center being grabbed on the nearest north side, though still being held by the German forces. We do note a second MD42 for Mordo to help deal with all the elite troops, I suppose. But again, it does highlight that one particular flaw in his force composition. He's only got 1 Stug to deal with like any number of Shermans, because Oziligath, of course, is not going to be setting up for like, you know, a Pershing or something. Or a Jumbo. So, like, he's just going to keep churning out tanks. So if Mordo is stalling for the Tiger tank while his opponent is not, and he's only got 1 Stug, things are going to get a bit awkward there. We got a Nebelwerfer by as well for Mordo. I mean, that's a pretty good addition to have. Thumbs up to that. But again, I feel like with 2 Starstorms, 2 machine guns, all that jazz, he may want to again be investing in some anti-tank assets. Of course, Again, that is just me. In the south, you start moving forwards again. 2 squads of hardened veteran Panzer Grenadiers, Eastern Front veterans who have seen much combat, much bloodshed. Being committed against the paratroopers. Grenade assault off here. Very nice use of it. He's definitely like making some pretty good impacts on the Oziligath with those grenade assaults. They're pushed back. Showing to deal with the southern troops. They need to withdraw them before they get wiped. We do get a Panterfaust off. But there's still a chance with the grenades if it doesn't retreat. There we go. Stug, Starstorm as the paratroopers there. The airborne out in the open are easy targets, but they're also pretty close to the ace level. And a needle of a barrel shit. Oh, mine went off. It's getting hit from the building. Pretty risky there by Oziligath. Could have stopped a wipe. Got the other Starstorm squad here as well, but similarly, we'll have to withdraw here in the face of Oziligath's Sherman there. Point blank blast. That was a blast. They got Carl! He's dead! How can you tell? Wow. He's all over the place. Literally. Stoßtruppen need orders. More mines here from Mordo. I mean, I do like all of his mines, though. I mean, that's really good work there. Thumbs up. Another Sherman there for Oziligath. Meanwhile, Mordo again is definitely giving off the vibe of someone just going for that big Tiger tank with a single Stug. And apparently, you know, has to kind of admire that kind of like, you know, guts. But at the same time, I slightly have to question the sanity of it. Coach is occupying some prime real estate there. Another push south. Let's see machine gun, Kettenkrad, Starstorm grenades. There you go. Oziligath quickly moving with a Sherman, countering such a move by Mordo and the 21st Panzer Division. Mercilessly slaughtering away there. Sturmgeschützing southwards, and we do get a Pack 49 here for Mordo. Perhaps realizing his dreams of either stalling there for a Tiger tank, if that is what he's in fact dreaming of, it's going to be pretty difficult to achieve with a single Stug. No matter how cool that Stug is. Do get hit by the anti-tank gun, being forced back. Starstorm there, quickly merged up with the Grenadiers. But yeah, the Sherman just comes charging in there, and there's actually a chance he loses the Starstorm, which is going to be a huge blow here to Mordo. He loses them. But no, fortune smiles upon Mordo. Almost got the Sherman there too, but falls a bit short there. Meanwhile, up north here, Oziligath is wreaking merry hell here with Mordo's lines as again. His plan to stall for the Tiger tank is increasingly biting him in the arse. Like a novelty bear trap that turns out to be less novelty and more real business. Needle left a barrel shit. Yeah, the Needle really hasn't done much here for Mordo, unfortunately. In part because Oziligath really hasn't been relying too heavily on his support weapons this match. And typically I find the Needle is very much a good counter for players who rely heavily on the support weapons. But if, say, they're relying heavily on more infantry aggressive tactics and tanks, the Needle does tend to fall a bit short there of expectations. So it's a bit more of a niche weapon, I feel like, in the current meta game. Not useless, but again, like, if your opponent's doing what Oziligath is doing, the Needle effort does, again, not quite do what you want it to do. We also probably got the Kettenkrad at Veterinary too. It's kind of neat. Like, he's actually been able to keep it alive for, like, you know, quite a long time. Actually, I'm a bit surprised I haven't seen the communication cables at this rate. I could have maybe provided with some extra resources here and there. Oh shit, back to Oziligath. They got completely caught up in the match here. Got 52 points left here for Oziligath versus the 380 of Mordo.
We're cleared for rocket strikes in our sector. AT crew standing by.
Pushing southwards, we've got the ace paratroopers here, which of course means they're even tougher.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
They're not major upgrades there though, but even then, like, you know, just ace paratroopers really take a beating here. Starstorm running forwards. But there we go, caught by the Sherman, need to withdraw here before they get wiped. Definitely feels like Mordo is getting more and more conservative here as he's just desperately stalling for that target. And Nemo's Pack 4 has been caught here by the paratrooper aces there as they flank around Mordo's machine gun team and leave his Pack 40 crew desperately wishing they had more support. Good kill there for Oziligath. And a strike call on the MU4 troop flanked by the paratroopers need to withdraw that third Sherman out here. Mordo's plan here of Tiger tanks is starting to prove rather dangerous for him. Still, if he can just hold on for a bit longer, it may not matter, but at the same time, here the Tiger wouldn't necessarily matter either. That's a bit of an awkward one. Stug rushing south, so we've got Shermans on the flank here of the Stug. It's going to be risky here for Mordo to move in there, Sherman in there. Causing healing. Oziligath pulling back the Shermans. 23 points left. Can Oziligath turn us around, or can Mordo make for one last push and secure victory for the fatherland? Can he break down the American spirit? Those are the big questions. Shermans running forwards here. Mord's knee left in his body with the two Shermans. Mordo, those gotta be closer. Tiger tank. Shermans rolling in here. And there you go. We finally hit the 26-minute mark. Get the Tiger tank here for Mordo and the 21st Panzer Division. But will it be enough? As Oziligath. Will it be sufficient? Those are the major questions here. Tiger tank running forwards. And there you go. Sherman here, Panther faster damage engine right in front of the Tiger tank. That is a death sentence. And the Sherman is completely wrecked. Those missions are cooked off. We got a rocket strafe here on the Nebel map, I believe. Completely denying here chance for more to recruit. Stug seeing Betsy 2 pushing back the Sherman. Got anti-tanks that are backing up. You need to withdraw the Stug or not. Starstorm spotted the Sherman push back. Rocket troops even enforcing Tiger tank at the ready here. Veterans you won already, but the victory point situation is slowly turning in favour now of Oziligath as Mordo is losing a good chunk of the map here. Stug heavily damaged, point blank blast. Thumbs up to Mordo for using that one. Hellcat there by the way for Oziligath. Almost got a full wipe here, and there we go, scored it. Could use the veteran's vulnerability on the anti-tank gun. Shoots, and yeah, that actually bounced at max range. I guess it's possible, but it's a bit of a surprise to see that. There we go, that definitely not bounce on this. Starstorm about to get wiped out. That's going to be a huge blow to Mordo, and down they go. Massive blow there to the Germans. Massive blow. In fact, he's down just to run out of infantry overall. Now to just think the Grenadier Escort and the Starstorm, and that's it. Hellcat. Another Sherman knocked out here. Oziligath, I think, needs to somehow break Mordo's spirit, otherwise this Tiger tank could possibly result in a GG here in favour of Mordo if he can just wreck all of Oziligath's stuff. But that said, Oziligath is rapidly running out of other units though, so theoretically, Oziligath can still win this, even if he's really on victory points. Starstorm there close being wiped out. North Stug here, that's the paratroopers, but then we got the Hellcat flanking in. Down it goes. Massive blow. 23 was 231. Primus on the victory point. Hellcat there racing past countless wreckages. Then he's ready with a Panther fast behind the wreckage there, the half track to ambush it. 23 was 229. Mordo and Oziligath are both holding on here desperately. Vetch 2 on that Tiger tank building collapses finally under all the abuse here from both sides. Skirmishing there. Tiger tank falling back up north in machine gun there being caught with a paratrooper about to get wiped out. 23 was 218. Tiger tank pushing the getting flanked here. There we go. Might lose the Tiger tank here. Great shot there. Oh dear, yeah, this kind of looks like it here for Mordo. Looks like it. There we go. GG. GG. So there you go. Loss here for Mordo. Really close fight though, but in the end, I think he went too hard then stalling for the Tiger Tank. This combined again, losing those 2 half-techs rather than doing more with them, I think really enabled Oziligath to turn the game around and just slice right through Mordo's forces. Because they're going to just go for a lot of tanks, whereas again, Mordo was like hidebound, like just stalling for that, Tiger Tank. In fact, I think he'd gone for some more Stoops. He'd probably been able to more easily get the Tiger Tank out faster, ironically enough. Still quite an exciting fight, some great early game action from both sides, and double Starstorm call-ins is definitely not something we see like that very often, so that's also pretty exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this match, hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. And of course, you can support the Propagandacaster by donating on Patreon. Links in the description. This is some links in. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.